what we do.
We are.
We are.
We are UNC Greensboro.
A national leader in a thriving city.
Right here in the heart of North Carolina.
Find your way.
Find your way.
Find your way here.
Find your way here.
Find your way here.
Find your way here.
To a community of people guided by the wisdom of a goddess and the spirit of a warrior.
At UNC Greensboro,
we transform lives every day.
Every day. On campus, in our hometown, our home state,
and around the world. Start with excellence.
Find your passion, your purpose, your inspiration here.
through research and teaching, scholarship and service.
Competing for championships and seizing our moments.
We welcome every Spartan, just as they are, just as we are.
Just as I am.
I am.
I am.
We start with excellence.
And after graduation,
we excel, we achieve, we make an impact.
Find your wow, your breakthrough, your aha moment, your pride, your story here.
by being true to our core, we have earned the right to say,
We are the best at what we do.
We are.
We are.
We are UNC Greensboro.
A national leader in a thriving city.
Right here in the heart of North Carolina.
Find your way.
Find your way.
Find your way here.
Good morning. Please be seated. As Interim Dean of the Graduate School, it's my sincere pleasure to welcome you all to UNC Greensboro's Doctoral Hooding Ceremony. Today we celebrate the significant achievements of this diverse group of individuals from across the spectrum of disciplines whose scholarship has enriched the UNC Greensboro community. Completing a doctoral degree is not simply a matter of taking courses or passing exams. Earning a doctoral degree requires a demonstration of deep knowledge and a complete mastery of a practice or scholarly discipline. Completing a doctoral degree involves a journey to the very edge of the current state of knowledge. And these students here today took a step beyond this frontier to bring a fresh perspective, a new idea, or unique insight to their field. No longer consumers of knowledge in a discipline, these students are creators of new knowledge and leaders in their practice. Graduates, we congratulate you, we wish you well, and we thank you for your contributions to your disciplines and to UNC Greensboro.
Good morning. I'm here on behalf of the UNCG faculty, and I congratulate all of you. You have achieved something that very few before you have done. In the United States, less than 5% of the population have a doctoral degree. You have become an expert in your field. We, your faculty, your dissertation chairs, your research advisors, know how much hard work and dedication doctoral studies require. We've been here before. But what only you know is how incredibly strong you had to be as a graduate student in the middle of a pandemic. The pandemic shut down labs, emptied our campus, moved classes online. It brought fear and anxiety to your daily life. Above all, it kept loved ones away, and I know that many of you were not able to see your family and friends for weeks, sometimes months. Even as you were making your way through this incredibly difficult endeavor, a doctorate. But you kept going, you made it. And know this, the strength that you have found will stay with you. It will be with you as you make your way professionally and personally. It will be with you and allow you to be mindful of your own needs, but also open and kind to others. It will be with you as you build a meaningful life for yourself. No matter what life throws at you, you can always turn back to this most important moment of your life and say, I remember this incredible strength. I remember what it felt like. I know I can push through. Dear graduate students, today we welcome you as colleagues. You now have this distinction which comes with great recognition, privilege, and a unique opportunity to make a difference in the world. We are proud of you and happy for you. Go forward with great pride on always being part of the Spartan family. Thank you. Please join me. Please join me in welcoming our Chancellor, Frank Gilliam, Jr.
Good morning. I'm pleased to welcome all of you, family, friends, and our new doctoral colleagues to our May hooding ceremony. As Chancellor, one of the great privileges is to attend ceremonies like this. It reminds us all why we're here, why we wake up every day, why we work hard, is to see the success of our students. And I must say it's wonderful to be back in this historic auditorium. We've been gone for a couple of years, and more importantly, it is so good to be back in person where we can actually see smiling faces. This room is filled with experienced researchers, teachers, and subject matter experts, and you are our new wave of leaders in your respective fields. As people have said this morning, you are pursuing new knowledge, you're tackling some of society's biggest issues, and you're making an impact on our communities and the world. And given the complexity of the time we live in, we need your leadership now more than ever. Your presence here today represents the culmination of years of hard work and commitment. Many of us on this stage this morning know what your journey feels like, but I've never been more confident in a group. As I've said over the last couple of years to our graduates, I will say it particularly for our doctoral candidates, if you can get a doctorate during a once-in-a-century pandemic, if you can overcome the challenges that has presented, you can do about anything. You should feel confident in your abilities. It's really quite an accomplishment. So as you move forward with your careers, take the determination, the resilience, the empathy that you exhibited during your time here and apply it. The world needs it. But be mindful to be grateful for the family, friends, and colleagues, the mentors who have helped you along the way. None of us arrived here by ourselves. We all had help from friends, from our families, our loved ones. And as Professor Dane said, you are now part of a Spartan family that is distinguished, and you will carry with you wherever you go. You join a wide-ranging group of alumni across the state, the country, and the world. And they, this alumni network, and we stand ready to support and encourage you as you find your way forward. Don't underestimate the value and the power of this network. It can be of great benefit to you. Know that I and the rest of the Spartan family look forward to seeing and hearing about all that you will accomplish in the future. Congratulations, doctors. You can now tell everybody to call you doctor. You don't have to respond to mom, dad, son, daughter. When they do that, you just ignore it and say, oh, doctor, oh. Congratulations, you made it. It's well-deserved and it is hard-earned. We're proud to welcome you into our ranks. Thank you.
Good morning. We have anticipated this day for some time, and you are a fine-looking group here today. It's wonderful to be back in the auditorium and to have this event in this order. It's a great accomplishment. It is my pleasure to bring you greetings on behalf of the Board of Trustees of the University of North Carolina at Greensboro. As chair of the board, and as a proud graduate of this fine institution, I congratulate you, graduates, each and every one of you, on your significant accomplishment. The board recognizes the important and distinctive role that doctoral education plays within our mission. And I am pleased to be here today with you to celebrate the newest class of Spartan doctors. Family and friends and faculty, I want to thank you for all of your support and encouragement and everything that you have done to support our candidates. You are to be congratulated as well. It's a great day to be a Spartan for each of you. Again, our warmest congratulations on your accomplishments. Well done.
Good morning, Spartans, Spartan family members, and Spartan supporters. As Provost, I am so excited and honored to be here this morning to celebrate you and your accomplishments. And I want to just take a moment to share my gratitude for the faculty here who have supported you, mentored you, applauded, pushed you, annoyed you, etc. The best gift you can give your faculty is to give back to future students. Your achievements and your success, your care of your students and the work that you do will be the best gift you can give to your mentors. Thank you to the faculty. That work is acknowledged and hard, and the students that we celebrate today is really a celebration of your work. To the students, today you find yourself at the end of a long journey. Boy, I remember that day. It required a lot of dedication and grit, perseverance in the face of many challenges. And as Chair Dane said, you joined a really elite group. Very few U.S. American adults hold a doctorate degree. It signals to the world your mastery of a specific area of study, your commitment to learning, your ability to engage in independent thought. And if you graduate from UNCG, it also signifies your commitment to service, your commitment to equity, and your commitment to justice. I congratulate you on your accomplishments, and I wish you well as you consider how to apply that knowledge, those skills, and your advanced degree to better humanity. This morning, it is my honor and privilege to introduce today's keynote speaker, Dr. Elena Karpova. Dr. Karpova serves as the Putman and Hayes Distinguished Professor in the Department of Consumer Apparel and Retail Studies. I'm sure she can relate to the emotions you must be feeling right now. She earned her doctorate here at UNCG some time ago. She then went on to teach at Iowa State University for 15 years before we found her and brought her back to the university. She's not only a fantastic teacher, but an accomplished author, researcher, and a trusted colleague. I'm grateful to Dr. Karpova for being here today to serve as a great example of what you can do in your future. Congratulations to all of you, and Dr. Karpova, the floor is now yours.
Good morning. I need help here. Okay, here we go. Good morning. How are you today? Chancellor Gilliam, Provost, Deans, members of faculty, and most important, the members of the 2022 graduating class. Congratulations. This is huge. I'm so thrilled to be here with you today to celebrate. It is a little surreal for me to address you as a distinguished alum, because as Provost Storrs mentioned, I was in your seat just a few years ago. In 2002, exactly 20 years ago, I stepped on the UNCG campus for the very first time. 3 years later, I graduated with a doctoral degree as the first PhD student of Dr. Nancy Hodges, who is now the head of the Consumer Apparel and Retail Study program, which is one of the oldest and one of the most established on campus and across the country. As Provost Storrs mentioned, I went on to work at Iowa State University for 15 years, where I advanced from assistant professor to associate and then to a full professor. And 2 years later, in 2002, I came back. So it's been a full circle for me. Preparing for this day, I wondered, what could I possibly tell you? Bright, ambitious, full of hopes and dreams, 2022 graduates. I spent some time reflecting on my journey, which I'm really grateful. And after a couple of glasses of wine, I came up with 3 lessons that I would like to share with you today. Hopefully this will be the last lessons for you on this campus for a little bit. So 1, be open-minded. You do not know if you were given a good hand or a bad hand. 2, do not stress about tomorrow. Do your best, whatever you can today. 3, after you graduate, you will start a new journey. Don't take it alone. Have people to cheer you along this way. So as any professor, I would like to give some examples about my lessons. So the first one, be open-minded, because you never know what kind of hand you actually have, good or bad. I grew up in northern Siberia, in Russia. So just think about really northern Canada, 9 months of real winter. As a little girl growing under the Soviet propaganda, I felt terribly sorry for the children in the United States who didn't have a happy childhood. And I was wondering why I was so lucky to have the best hand I could possibly get and have my happy childhood, while some kids in the US were really suffering. That was my worldview when I was a little girl. Ironically, some years later, I found myself raising my son in the United States for his happy childhood. Late in life, when I was thinking about graduate degree, okay, this is a secret, okay? I really wanted to go to Virginia Tech. I was accepted, I got an assistantship, but for reasons beyond my control, I found myself at UNCG. To be honest, I was a little disappointed. A little I knew this was the best hand I could get. Being at UNCG set me up for such a success that I could not even imagine. So, if you don't like the hand you were given, just play it along, because it might turn out really good for you down the road. Lesson 2, do the best you can today and don't stress about tomorrow. After graduating from UNCG, I joined a really top and well-known program at Iowa State University. For several years, I was the only junior faculty, with my colleagues being famous scholars who has written seminal work in our field. And so the pressure of getting tenure was really high. I kept telling myself, I'm going to do the best I can. At the end of the day, if I'm not getting tenure, there is nothing I could have done differently. This really helped to alleviate my stress and worries, because I was doing my best anyway, every day. Lesson 3. After you graduate, you will start a new journey. Whether you will be in academia or industry, a new practitioner, a new senior manager, a researcher, people who you work with will be the most important part of your journey. I would not be here today without continuous support and friendship of my colleagues here at UNCG and Iowa State University. You might not remember the papers you've written, the awards you will receive, but you will remember people who you laughed with, who helped you, and who supported you. Colleagues, students, patients, clients, people will be the most important part of your journey. Always remember that. So let me recap. Lesson 1, be open-minded. You don't know if you were given a good hand or a bad hand. Go ahead and play it well. It might be the best thing ever happened to you. Lesson 2, do the best you can today and don't stress about tomorrow. You cannot control what will happen in the future, but you can control what you do this very moment. Lesson 3. It will be a wonderful journey. Have people to always cheer you along this journey. Finally, be yourself. This is the greatest gift only you can give yourself. Once you do, no one can take it away. Congratulations, the members of the 2022 class. Welcome to the Spartan family.
Thank you, Dr. Karpova, for your thoughtful and inspiring words. You are about to enter on a great journey. I want you to travel safely and be healthy. I want you to come back here often. We want to see you. We want to see you as you progress with your careers, and we want you to send us your best and your brightest, so that they can have this wonderful experience that you have had. You've accomplished a great deal, and we're so proud of you. At this time, it is my pleasure to recognize all doctoral degree candidates and to authorize Chancellor Gilliam to confer the degrees. Speaking for the Board of Trustees of this university, and acting under the delegation of the powers of the Board of Governors of the University of North Carolina, I authorize you, Chancellor Franklin D. Gilliam, Jr., to confer the appropriate doctoral degrees upon the candidates approved by the faculties.
Today, UNCG will award 103 doctoral degrees in the following categories: 50 Doctor of Philosophy, 8 Doctor of Education, 8 Doctor of Musical Arts, and 37 Doctor of Nursing Practice. Where'd you go, Greg?
Will the candidates please rise? Chancellor Gilliam, I have the honor to present and to recommend the candidates who have satisfied the requirements for the degree Doctor of Philosophy, Doctor of Education, Doctor of Musical Arts, or Doctor of Nursing Practice.
Acting on the recommendation of the graduate faculty as conveyed by Interim Dean Bell, and by virtue of the authority vested in me by the Board of Trustees and the President of the University of North Carolina System, I hereby confer the degree upon those of you who have met the requirements for the doctoral degree for which you have been recommended, with all of its rights, honors, and responsibilities. Congratulations, and please be seated. You will be you will be called to come forward with your academic unit.
Will Dean Banks please step forward to congratulate the candidates for the doctoral degrees from the Joseph M. Bryan School of Business and Economics.
Good morning. Will the doctoral degree candidates from the best business school in North Carolina, the Joseph M. Bryan School of Business and Economics, recommended to receive the degree of Doctor of Philosophy, please stand and come forward to be hooded.
Hui-Chung Wu, Doctor of Philosophy, to be hooded by Dr. Nancy Hodges and Dr. Jin Su. John William Queen, Doctor of Philosophy, to be hooded by Dr. Jeremy Bray. Yalda Esmizadeh, Doctor of Philosophy, to be hooded by Dr. Hamid Nemati. Darren Charles Hodges, Doctor of Philosophy, to be hooded by Dr. Indika Disanayake.
Will Dean McClung please step forward to congratulate the candidates for doctoral degrees from the College of Visual and Performing Arts.
Will the doctoral degree candidates from the renowned College of Visual and Performing Arts recommended to receive the degrees of Doctor of Philosophy or Doctor of Musical Arts please stand and come forward to be hooded?
Kelly Marie Church, Doctor of Philosophy, to be hooded by Dr. Tammy Draves. Seth Noaker McKnight, Doctor of Philosophy, to be hooded by Dr. Tammy Draves. Daniel James Grossi, Doctor of Philosophy, to be hooded by Dr. Patricia Sink. Stacy Ann Garapi, Doctor of Philosophy, to be hooded by Dr. Constance McCoy. Nicole K. Ramsey, Doctor of Philosophy, to be hooded by Dr. Brett Nolker. Walton Lott, Doctor of Musical Arts, to be hooded by Dr. Andrew Willis. Jessica Lauren Ronovic, Doctor of Musical Arts, to be hooded by Dr. Scott Rawls. Nathan Andrew Southwick, Doctor of Musical Arts, to be hooded by Professor Marjorie Backley and Dr. Rebecca McLeod. Ella Tokarska, Doctor of Musical Arts, to be hooded by Professor Marjorie Bagley.
Will Dean Matacola please step forward to congratulate the candidates for doctoral degrees from the School of Health and Human Sciences.
Will the doctoral degree candidates from the Exemplar School of Health and Human Sciences recommended to receive the degree of Doctor of Philosophy or Doctor of Education Please stand and come forward to be hooded.
Lisa Annette Cox, Doctor of Education, to be hooded by Dr. Pam Brown. Stephen Michael Kong, Doctor of Education, to be hooded by Dr. Pam Brown. Mariam Villalobos Solis, Doctor of Education, to be hooded by Dr. Pam Brown. Patricia Jean Williams, Doctor of Education, to be hooded by Dr. Pam Brown. Ross Allen Boma, Doctor of Education, to be hooded by Dr. Michael Hemphill. Abby Prescott Wright, Doctor of Education, to be hooded by Dr. Michael Hemphill. Isabel Wolfel, Doctor of Education, to be hooded by Dr. Aaron Reifsteck. Chris Wolfgang Condren, Doctor of Education, to be hooded by Dr. Diane Gill. Adam Douglas Graham, Doctor of Education, to be hooded by Dr. Diane Gill. Shelby Nicole Anderson, Doctor of Philosophy, to be hooded by Dr. Diane Gill. Yan Hua Shin, Doctor of Philosophy, to be hooded by Dr. Ben Dyson. Catherine Lynn Bowman, Doctor of Education, to be hooded by Dr. Ben Dyson. Crystal Tanya Reimer, Doctor of Education, to be hooded by Dr. Ben Dyson. Christopher John Stratton, Doctor of Education, to be hooded by Dr. Ben Dyson. Santos Jorge Flores, Doctor of Philosophy, to be hooded by Dr. Thomas Martinek. Sari R. Rose, Doctor of Philosophy, to be hooded by Dr. Thomas Martinek. Jared Christopher Vance, Doctor of Philosophy, to be hooded by Dr. Jenny Etnier. Emily Rebecca Beeman, Doctor of Philosophy, to be hooded by Dr. David Wyrick. Kunga Yamu Densungpa, Doctor of Philosophy, to be hooded by Dr. Tracy Nichols. Tianjiao Li Burton, Doctor of Philosophy, to be hooded by Dr. Ron Morrison. Grace Yoon Lee Seo, Doctor of Philosophy, to be hooded by Dr. Ann Fletcher. Jessica Lauren Navarro, Doctor of Philosophy, to be hooded by Dr. Jonathan Tudge.
Will Dean Barksdale please step forward to congratulate the candidates for the doctoral degrees from the School of Nursing?
Will the doctoral degree candidates from the School of Nursing recommended to receive the degree of Doctor of Philosophy or Doctor of Nursing Practice please stand and come forward to be hooded?
Jennifer Joyner Bailey, Doctor of Nursing Practice, to be hooded by Dr. Lori Lupi. Krista Ann Sikovitz, Doctor of Nursing Practice, to be hooded by Dr. Lori Lupi. Eldridge Lee Coates, Doctor of Nursing Practice, to be hooded by Dr. Lori Lupi. Casey Overcash Coates, Doctor of Nursing Practice, to be hooded by Dr. Lori Lupi. Andrea Moody, Doctor of Nursing Practice, to be hooded by Dr. Lori Lupi. Joy Hudson Olzak, Doctor of Nursing Practice, to be hooded by Dr. Lori Lupi. Zainub Shikuna Hassan, Doctor of Nursing Practice, to be hooded by Dr. Cheryl Wicker. Tiffany Muse, Doctor of Nursing Practice, to be hooded by Dr. Cheryl Wicker. Heather Thompson Mackey, Doctor of Nursing Practice, to be hooded by Dr. Angela Cobb. Stacy L. Schlesinger, Doctor of Nursing Practice, to be hooded by Dr. Angela Cobb. Heather Elaine Strange, Doctor of Nursing Practice, to be hooded by Dr. Angela Cobb. Teresa Monroe Sinovitz, Doctor of Nursing Practice, to be hooded by Dr. Angela Cobb. Jennifer Lynn Belford, Doctor of Nursing Practice, to be hooded by Dr. Crystal Epstein. Beverly Ann Brown, Doctor of Nursing Practice, to be hooded by Dr. Crystal Epstein. Linda Esposito, Doctor of Nursing Practice, to be hooded by Dr. Crystal Epstein. La Quinta Peeler Key, Doctor of Nursing Practice, to be hooded by Dr. Crystal Epstein. Olorunke Remy Johnson, Doctor of Nursing Practice, to be hooded by Dr. Crystal Epstein. Francisca Ncheki Okafor, Doctor of Nursing Practice, to be hooded by Dr. Autumn Henson. Kara Michelle Clemens, Doctor of Nursing Practice, to be hooded by Dr. Autumn Henson. Brittany Rebecca Scott, Doctor of Nursing Practice, to be hooded by Dr. Autumn Henson. Darrell Deshawn Tuck, Doctor of Nursing Practice, to be hooded by Dr. Autumn Henson.
Will Dean Kiss please come forward to present the candidates for the doctoral degrees from the College of Arts and Sciences?
Will the doctoral degree candidates from the College of Arts and Sciences recommended to receive the degree of Doctor of Philosophy please stand and come forward to be hooded?
Joyce Frances Clapp, Doctor of Philosophy, to be hooded by Dr. Salima Sultana. Andrea Binder, Doctor of Philosophy, to be hooded by Dr. John Dean. Megan Stephanie Doldren, Doctor of Philosophy, to be hooded by Dr. Ramji Bandari. Anna Paula Carvalho Tognasoli, Doctor of Philosophy, to be hooded by Dr. Amy Adamson. Prashant Walker, Doctor of Philosophy, to be hooded by Dr. Olav Ruppel. Ashlyn Lee Brady, Doctor of Philosophy, to be hooded by Dr. Levi Baker Russell. Sydney Marie Garlich, Doctor of Philosophy, to be hooded by Dr. Christopher Walheim. Kimberly Elizabeth Marble, Doctor of Philosophy, to be hooded by Dr. Janet Bosofsky. Kimberly Cheek, Doctor of Philosophy, to be hooded by Dr. Thomas Jackson. Benjamin Compton, Doctor of Philosophy, to be hooded by Dr. Scott Romine. Jeremy South, Doctor of Philosophy, to be hooded by Dr. Scott Romine. Jamie Watson, Doctor of Philosophy, to be hooded by Dr. Scott Romine. Jesse Lewis Gay, Doctor of Philosophy, to be hooded by Dr. Jennifer Feather. J. N. Shalat, Doctor of Philosophy, to be hooded by Dr. Christian Moraru.
Will Dean Penfield please step forward to congratulate the candidates for the doctoral degrees from the School of Education?
Good morning. Thank you. Will the doctoral degree candidates from the most outstanding School of Education in the state of North Carolina, who are recommended to receive the degree of Doctor of Philosophy or Doctor of Education, please stand and come forward to be hooded.
Jamie Annette Davis Bergens, Doctor of Education, to be hooded by Dr. Kathy Heighton. Kiera Fatah Allison, Doctor of Philosophy, to be hooded by Dr. Kathy Heighton. Gina Cruz, Doctor of Education, to be hooded by Dr. Craig Peck. Michelle D. Maxfield, Doctor of Education, to be hooded by Dr. Craig Peck. Ja Ma, Doctor of Philosophy, to be hooded by Dr. Robert Henson. Gretel Mariana Arias Orozco, Doctor of Philosophy, to be hooded by Dr. Aisha Boyce and Dr. Aileen Reed. Ramsey Lee Cardwell, Doctor of Philosophy, to be hooded by Dr. Micheline Chalhoub-Deville. Dominique Sky McDaniel, Doctor of Philosophy, to be hooded by Dr. Amy Vetter. Tierra Devon Worsley, Doctor of Philosophy, to be hooded by Dr. Edna Tan. Lindsay Michelle Grossman, Doctor of Philosophy, to be hooded by Dr. L. Diane Borders. Sharok Ada Al-Kutabe, Doctor of Philosophy, to be hooded by Dr. Christy Kavanaugh.
Will Dean O'Bear please step forward to congratulate the candidates for the Joint School of Nanoscience and Nanoengineering?
Good morning. Will the doctoral degree candidates from the Joint School of Nanoscience and Nanoengineering recommended to receive the degree of Doctor of Philosophy please stand and come forward to be hooded?
Lakshmi Giriti Shivukula, Doctor of Philosophy, to be hooded by Dr. Dennis Lajeunesse. Jeffrey Scott Jalovec, Doctor of Philosophy, to be hooded by Dr. Daniel Hare. Adeyinka Adesina, Doctor of Philosophy, to be hooded by Dr. Daniel Hare. Sajida Puria Najad, Doctor of Philosophy, to be hooded by Dr. Cherie Obase.
Will all of our new doctoral degree recipients please stand? Congratulations to all our new doctors. Please be seated. At this time, I'd like to welcome Chancellor Gilliam to give some special remarks to the doctoral degree recipients.
Before we conclude today's proceedings, I'd like to recognize some very important guests who are here with us today. And as I call you, would you please stand and remain standing as we recognize you? First, the parents of our graduates, please stand. The grandparents of our graduates. The spouses, please stand. Stay standing. Partners, children, friends, grandchildren, all rise and recognize these very special people. Well deserved. Please sit down. I would also like to recognize the faculty of UNC Greensboro to stand so our new graduates can express their appreciation for all you have done to bring them to this milestone. Faculty, please stand. Let us also take a moment to acknowledge the participation of the following student groups in the ceremony today. The University Marshals have provided leadership throughout the year and play an important role in this ceremony. The Graduate Student Brass Quintet up there from our nationally recognized School of Music. I would also like to thank our reader for today. Thank you, sir. And Dean Bell will have a couple instructions for you. Congratulations.
Thank you, Chancellor Gilliam. I'd like to ask that you please remain seated during the recession until the faculty and graduates have all moved out of the auditorium, and then I would encourage you to move outside to meet your graduates. Thanks again, and congratulations once again.